Hey guys, it's Aidette. Today I'm doing this very gothy spiderweb look, and it's just really in the mood and spirit of Halloween approaching us. Something that was very out of my comfort zone, but I do have an inspiration. I'm going to be putting her picture right here. Her name is Satan's Ex-Girlfriend on TikTok, and I got huge inspiration. I've been wanting to do this for a long time now. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I always start off with my base. You guys already know this by now, but I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. This is in the shade Nude Beige. As you guys can see, my neck is a completely different color from my face. I don't know why my face has been so pale. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen on my white chair. These days I've been dropping everything like it's no one's business. Like, I've dropped my coffee 3 times, I've dropped my salad, I've dropped my food, and then I'm gonna be taking this beauty sponge from the Lash Bar. I just really wanted to try out the sponges today. Wow, this application is really nice. So you always want to make sure that you get it down to your neck, even if it's the most perfect color match for you. Do not forget for your neck, especially if you're gonna be taking photos. Right now the foundation looks lighter than my neck, but always when we go in with bronzer, it matches perfectly. We don't want to make it too light or too dark. And now, since I want to do a very full coverage face, since we are trying to make this flawless and all the focus to be on the eyes, we're going to be taking a full coverage concealer, and this is the one that I've been liking recently as a cream, and this one's by B Bella, and this is in the shade Light. So I am going to be going for that brightened under eye effect, and this is also really good if you want to use it for carving out for cut creases. And also I like to use this Makeup Shack synthetic brush for when I'm using cream products. It would be so cool if with this look I could wear my red contacts if I had any, but I don't. I really want to get some white and some red ones. This one's not necessarily a scary look, but definitely an intricate one. I've also never done this look before, so we're just gonna pray. I'm pretty confident though if I can just have a steady hand, but I'm just gonna blend this baby out and then apply more as we need. This all looks so crazy right now, but then I'm also gonna be taking a little tiny bit more right here on the very inner part, because that's where most of my darkness is at. I'm gonna keep layering that on until I get the opacity that I want. Really, it's really just preference. And make sure you're always blending out the creases on your eyelids before you set. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not looking too much up so I don't crease in the meanwhile. I'm going to be baking actually. And I'm using my Anastasia banana powder. I've said this many times before. I think that this Anastasia powder is okay. It's not my favorite, if I'm being completely... Oh, damn. I really said I'm baking today. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm just gonna be patting this all over my face. Like I said before, I'm gonna be putting this all over my face to ensure that we're very, very matte, because I don't want any shine today. I want it to be very super matte, like porcelain doll. I definitely 1000% prefer my LA Girl banana powder, which you guys can use my code here. And I also have a few other products I'm going to be using. So next up I am going to be doing brows. I always use my Shady Slim brow pencil in the shade Brunette. I love it. As well as my foundation that I showed you guys earlier and my bronzer. So if you guys want my essentials, go on there. They have it all and for very affordable. So go treat yourself, girl. But I wanted to switch it up and use my Anastasia today because I'm constantly using my banana yellow powder. But basically what I'm doing now is everywhere I'm just tapping in the product instead of swiping. So we're really, really matte. On camera it does look like my face is insanely white, but we're going to be going in with our bronzer. So I'm going to be taking my LA Girl bronzer, and this is in the shade Warm Caramel. I feel like I should have this tattooed on my forehead because I can't even tell you how many times I've said, I'm going to be using LA Girl Warm Caramel. If somebody can make a collage, just a compilation of me saying that, I would laugh. Endless times I've said that. But I'm going to be doing this kind of lightly. Usually I go ham on it, but I'm going to be kind of just lightly placing it in the areas where we would usually bronze. So on our cheekbones and on the foreheads and on our jawline. And of course we need to snatch our nose. And then of course down here, and a little bit down here, and I always like to do like this circular motion around my chin to kind of define it a little bit more. And then I'm going to be snatching my nose. I do have a super in-depth video on how I contour my nose and my whole entire face. That's very beginner friendly. I explain how to do it with cream and with powder, so if you guys are interested in seeing how I literally snatch my entire existence. I feel like I've really mastered my nose contour, so I'll definitely share it with you guys if you guys want that. Now we can't forget powder on the sides of our nose. We're gonna let this really bake. And now we're gonna be coming back to the contour because we are going to be making it a little bit more gray toned, so our cheeks look very like sucked in and whatnot. But for now, we're gonna be going in with our e.l.f. clear brow gel, and we're going to be doing our brows. So I got my brows laminated. You guys know I go to the one and only Slade by Katana, and it's my friend Lisa. She's amazing at what she does. I don't have to take gel because they already stay up, but I want them to stay in place. And then I like to go in with this tool. It's called the Japanesque little double-ended tweezer tool. They don't sell it anymore from what I know. This is my absolute favorite for brows. And there you have it. Those are the brows. And then afterwards, once I feel like they're set, which they pretty much are, they set pretty fast, I'm gonna take my brow pencil from LA Girl and just defining the fronts a little bit. And that's really it. And then we can go ahead and swipe away the product on the sides of the nose and then go back in and define, because it is going to rub away some of the contour. And now what we're gonna do is cut our contour and let it sit there for, I don't know, maybe a minute. And then we're gonna be going into our Shade and Light by Kat Von D palette. I have their contour palette for the face, but I don't know where the heck it went. Like, I literally searched all over. So I'm gonna be making do with what's in here. Pretty much the same thing, except that these are just eyeshadows, but we can work with it. So I'm gonna be taking this brush right here by Morphe. This is the MO brush, and since it's small but thick at the same time, I'm going to be taking this shade right here, which is like a very taupey shade, and then kind of mix it with this one right here. We're gonna be going along right here. So if you guys suck in, you can see this line, and then also go down right here to give you that chiseled like look. You guys can see here, look at the difference. This is just bronzed, and then this is here with the actual contour. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Just really use the powder as your stencil. Look at that. It gives you like that skeleton look. And then we also want to give ourselves like that very hollow eye here. And I'm going to be taking that same combo that we used for our contour, and I'm going to be running it right in here. So take it right into the hollows of your eyes and kind of take it in a little bit deeper, so then it makes your hollows appear more sunken in. So now that it looks a little bit crazy, we're going to go ahead and take a clean brush and soften it. And I'm also taking it a little bit on the sides of my nose. So now I'm gonna go in with the same brush, and I'm gonna be pushing it upwards so it's blended. See, it looks so much better. It looks a lot more soft. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more because we did kind of go a little bit further than we needed to. And then I'm also gonna be putting it right under my lip. And this is just going to create the effect of a bigger poutier lip. Now guys, I'm gonna let this stay right here on my cheeks while I'm doing the rest of my face. Now I'm going to be taking a brush like this, just a very big brush. And I'm going to be taking this shade here and this shade right here. I just really want a clean base on my eyes. I'm gonna be putting pretty much like a white wash all across my eyes. We're really not gonna need any type of dimension or any type of eyeshadow on here because the focus is the spiderwebs. So just make sure that white is packed. I'm really not going to be doing any talking during the eyeliner part, so I'm just going to be going off of the reference that I have, and we're going to be hoping for the best. So for the eyeliner, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. H2O proof eyeliner pen, and when I tell you that this is the most waterproof eyeliner that I have ever used, believe me on that. But I'm going to be making my eyeliner pretty thick, like probably up to here, maybe like 3/4 the weight of my eye, and the rest is going to be the spiderwebs. So and I'm also going to be doing the cat eye, and I'm going to be doing a thick wing, so let's get it. And it's really thick. This is probably the thickest that I've ever made my eyeliner. So I also did the inner corners, and they're a little bit not the same, but it's gonna look seamless once everything is done. Just watch, trust in me. Okay, and also we can get rid of the contour. I'm gonna be going in a little bit deeper though, like right into the inner part of my mouth almost. So I've never done this before, like I've said, And I'm going to basically just make like little motions like this all across my eye. And then I guess I'll do like lines below, and then I'll do that thing. You guys will see. This is my Huda Beauty eyeliner, but I'm going to be taking off as much excess as I can. This one is bigger than this one, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright, so I did do a few little mess ups, but I feel like it's coming together. Even though it's not perfect, I feel like it still looks really good. So, I mean, Halloween is all about being like, you know, scraggly and, you know, very dark. And of course, nothing's gonna really be perfect. So I feel like if you do mess up, which I mean is very common with something so intricate like this, see how right here I got like a little black mark. I'm gonna be going in with this brush right here, and I'm going to be using my Be Bella concealer that we used earlier. And this is just me being a perfectionist, so I really tried not to get upset. And so I'm just gonna be cleaning up the edge and then adding that white eyeshadow that we used. And it's really just kind of smearing, honestly. I'm gonna do the same to the other side, but I'm not gonna be really tripping too much over it. So I want to go back in with my e.l.f. pen, and I'm going to be doing the swoops like this. Since this one isn't a brush and it's a felt tip pen, it's way easier, so let's give it a go. So the tip doesn't have very much product on it, so I'm going to be taking the Huda, and since it's more liquidy, I'm going to take it on the back of my hand and use a tip of this e.l.f. one. Okay, so now the spider webs are done, and I have to kind of just chill out for a second and let this dry so it doesn't smear any further. But alright guys, so it has dried, and this is what it looks like. I did try to fix up a little bit of the imperfections on this eye, and it did work a little, but as I said, it's not going to be perfect all the time. But I'm going to be taking these super big spidery lashes, like they're super, like, these are freaking everything. Like, I used to wear lashes like this all the time, but these are by My Cosmetics, and these are in the style Blair, and I'm just gonna be applying them. I like how they're very open and thin but very huge, because it gives you very Halloween vibes, and that's exactly what we're going for. Very vampy goth vibes. So I always, whenever I receive PR packages with lashes that look really huge and very Halloween-y, I make sure to keep them because I know that I'm gonna need them one day. I also added a little bit more powder onto the sides of my nose so we can clean that up a little bit more, but I'm going to be taking my Be Bella Dreaming in color palette, and this one's more of the colorful tones, and oh my gosh, this palette is making me want to scream. I'm going to be taking my rounded little brush like this, and I love using little rounded brushes like this for my blush, and I'm going to be applying this orange color right here, right under the eyes, but we're going to be doing that afterwards. And now going in with our orangey shade. I'm going to be very light-handed with this because this is of course a very intense shade. And if you need to dull it out a little bit, you can take your powder brush and tap it into your skin. We of course do not want to miss out on the highlight, so I'm going to be taking my So Hollywood by Anastasia to make my nose look tiny, tiny. And then right here on the very tops of the bridge. It just feels a little bald, you know? So I'm going to be putting some of the highlight right on my brow bone, and it just really does the thing. It's going to lift the face a little. I'm going to be going in a little bit more with my blush. It might seem a little bit crazy right now, but when you see the bottom action that we're going to be doing right now, you're going to thank me. Also, I do have a new way of applying my blush. I apply it from the temples right here down to like almost the apples of my cheeks, but I no longer apply it to the apples of my cheeks because it makes my face look a little bit chubbier, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be taking the other side of the Huda pen, and I'm going to be doing my waterline. And then I'm going to be taking the black that we have in here, and I'm going to be smudging it right on my waterline. And then I'm also going to be taking the same orange that we took for the blush, and we're going to be running that right under the black and then blending it until it looks good. Make sure with the black you're tapping off as much excess as possible. And for some reason, I wanted to add a beauty mark. So I'm gonna do it with my Huda one. I'm gonna do it right here. And now to finish it all off, we are going to be using a brown lip liner and some gloss. Okay, so I'm gonna be using NYX Nude Beige. I'm gonna be using this NARS liner in the shade Iris. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So I lined the inner parts of my lips as well. And then for the nudie gloss, I'm gonna be taking this Revlon lip gloss, and this is in the shade Snow Pink. So ducking cute. It reminds me of the MAC formula almost. It's just not as sticky. It's pretty much like a very soft shell pink with a little bit of shimmer. And there you have it. That is the look. It took me 3 hours to film this, but I'm not gonna lie, I had so much fun filming this, and I'm glad that I tried it because now I know that if I put my mind to it, I can make it work. And if you guys like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, also subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you guys will get notified whenever I post a new video, which is every Tuesday. I've been off the grind for a little bit, but every Tuesday you guys can expect a video here. And also, if you guys want to know a little bit more of my personal life, you guys can click down below on my vlog channel, which is Keeping Up with Aidette. I post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3 times a week. I'm gonna try to get to the groove of it where I post every single day, daily, someday. But for now, 3 times a week. You guys seem to love it, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.